Spinal adjustments provided by Dr. Chad Rolfson. The Spinal Tuning Chiropractic Center is a Des Moines area low flat fee per month unlimited chiropractic care practice. When life happens, just adjust. Schedule today at spinaltuning.com. Here's your daily plan for Monday, July 13th, 2020. Looks like the 9th Fast and Furious movie was recently pushed back until next April, and now Ludacris is hinting that it's going to have something to do with outer space. Tim McGraw announced that his next album will be Here on Earth, out August 21st. His first solo album in 5 years includes his hit I Called Mama. Did you hear about the Super Mario Brothers game? It was from 1985, the most expensive video game sold, $114,000. The Hallmark Channel also getting into the wine business. They're now selling holiday wines inspired by their Christmas movies. So plenty of rock stars have their own wine, beer, and liquor, but leave it to Alice Cooper. He's going to put his name and face on a bottle of chocolate milk with proceeds going to charity. Here's a few facts you might like to know. Roller skates, they were invented in Belgium and patented in 1760. A city called Whitehorse in the Yukon in Canada has the least air pollution of any city in the world. Every single year has at least one Friday the 13th, and about 11% of years have three of them. 2026 is one of those triple years. Of course, 2020 has two, one in March and the next in November. The first recorded use of the F word in human history happened in 1528 when a monk wrote it in the margins of a book to express how much he disliked it. The first fast food burger chain in the United States was White Castle. Can you believe that? It was established in 1921 and was the first chain to have every store make its food in one standard way so it would look and taste the same everywhere. Grubhub just released some of the fastest rising delivery foods for the first half of 2020. The top three are spicy chicken sandwiches, then plant-based burgers, and vanilla milkshakes. To round out the top 10, iced lattes, chili, cinnamon rolls, chimichangas, beef burritos, potato tacos, and then purple taro milk tea. Two interesting animal stories that are just perfect for the 2020 apocalypse. A bear managed to open the door to a guy's house in Colorado, then went inside and attacked him. Also, scientists in Australia, they said they found a new species of shark that can get out and walk on land. Yes, we have sharks that can now leave the water and walk on dry land. Where does that leave the murder hornets? So what are your most prized possessions? In the top 10, TV for some, a child's memory box, wedding dress, a car, a laptop computer. In the top 5, a family heirloom, an engagement ring, a piece of jewelry at number 3, a wedding ring at number 2, and the number 1 most prized possession, family photos. So you've heard of interesting ways to foil a robbery. Well, this happened in Greenwood, Delaware. It was on Friday night. A pizza shop owner was closing when a guy walked up, pulled out a machete, demanded cash. The owner fought back with the only weapon he had nearby. He threw a pizza at the robber, believe it or not, and it worked. For some reason, the guy with the machete was scared off by the flying pizza and took off running. Now the cops are trying to track him down. This has got to be the biggest fear for a driving test. A guy trying to learn how to drive, he crashed into a driver's license center in Penn Hills, Pennsylvania on Thursday night. Did you get out and get any fries today for National French Fry Day? So we're all thinking that 2020 is in the running for the worst year ever, but according to historians, not true. You need to look up 536 AD. That was the worst year ever. So did you ever think a 4-year-old could give you advice on how to talk to girls? Well, that is what's going viral. You need to search for Sassy 4-year-old Girl Explains Why Boys Need to Have Manners. Celebrating birthdays today, Colton Hayes is 32. He was Detective Jack Samuels on American Horror Story Cult. Also Roy Harper in Arrow. And then Jackson Whitmore in MTV's Teen Wolf. Stephen R. McQueen, 32, Steve McQueen's grandson. Michael Mondo, 39 today. Also, Ken Jeong is 51. Spud Webb, 57. Tom Kenny, yeah, he is SpongeBob SquarePants, 58 today. Cameron Crowe, writer, director, he's 63. Michael Spink, 64 today. Daphne Reed is 72. Richard Cheech Marin, 74. And then Harrison Ford, 78 today. Roger McGuinn, 78 from the Birds. Patrick Stewart, 80 today. It was on this date in 1837 that Queen Victoria became the first monarch to live in Buckingham Palace. This date, 1939, Frank Sinatra made his first record, singing From the Bottom of My Heart and Melancholy Mood with the Harry James Orchestra. This date, 1960, Massachusetts Senator John F. Kennedy won the Democratic presidential nomination. In 1977, a blackout that lasted 25 hours hit New York City. 1978, Lee Iacocca was fired as president of the Ford Motor Company by Chairman Henry Ford II. In 1985, 1.5 billion people either watch or listen to Live Aid, an international rock concert in London, Philadelphia, Moscow, and Sydney, raising $100 million for Ethiopia's starving people. In 1990, Ghost, starring Demi Moore, Patrick Swayze, and Whoopi Goldberg, was released. And that's your Daily Planet for Monday, July 13th, 2020. I'm Jimmy Olsen. You can follow this and many other podcasts just by going to Google Play or on the Apple Podcast. You can also follow me on social media at MyBuddyJimmy, both Facebook and Twitter, to find these stories and more. Also subscribe to My Buddy Jimmy 101, my YouTube channel, to find more podcasts and to keep up to date with the Daily Planet with Jimmy Olsen.